Yo, we got something. We got something right here. Hey, hey. There we go. That's better. Now, I will have to mute this. I don't know how to mute it. I could turn it down. I wish they had a little mute button. Wish we had a mute button, but we don't. We don't. We don't have a mute button. We don't have a mute button. But yeah. I would say. Alrighty there. Back in action. Okay. All right, so last night I was making a video, and this man, I don't even know. I was just like, how they go mute? Like it made a whole mute video, bruh. But pretty much, I'll just go over what I was basically talking about. So we have, just to make this real short and simple for you. So in life, I'm gonna use this. This is the seed, right? And we're gonna be talking about duality because I was watching Derek Grace's video um, about the 5 things the family should do before this election. You should be doing this anyways, but he'd probably agree with that as well. But you should be doing this before the election. So I was watching that video, and then I was also watching his let me see, I'll just pull it up so I can be exact right quick. One of his next videos. Today is July 24th, 2024, Gregorian. Okay. Central Time, 1:52 p.m. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, that was crazy. I'm like, bruh, are you serious? But that's what happened. It was that 5 things every family member better do before this election. And then where's this other one? Where's the other one video at? I must have been watching it on a different account. Oh yeah, and then the video where he was showing the body cam of Sonia Massey. And he basically gave his solution to it. And pretty much it's what he's been teaching and everything. The same thing he's been teaching for, I guess, over 10 years now. So I been familiar with his work for a few years now. And I was basically talking about alignment and everything like that in that nature because he has the aspect where he speaks about spirituality and stuff like that. And when you see me go like this, if you go watch the mute video, if you go watch the muted video, you'll see him where he whip out his what he got. Is it a Desert Eagle? I don't know if it's a Desert Eagle. He might got the Desert Eagle or something, but he was talking about, people be talking about their spirit. Basically, the people that be trying to act like they're extra spiritual. And them, I be like, bro. But he's like, the ones that are like, oh, my spirit guys, this, and that. He said, look, I'd be like, now, if I, and he upped it like, You feel me? Or what are your spirit guides gonna do in this situation? You know? Now, me spiritually, I understand and I comprehend how the spiritual world works in a sense. But that's just me. I'm not everybody, and everybody is not me. There's multiple individuals out here that have skills and abilities that are deemed supernatural and whatnot. And we use them in many ways versus like in ways of like how you can utilize your voice, all types of things like that, how you bring in messages, how you know, or as some of us in the spirit culture call it, downloads, things like that, because we are a system. Okay, so we have a system within us as well as outside of us, and we come from a system. So it's like I was like, bro, like everything he be talking about, I get it. You feel me? I'm on the similar stuff. My daughter, I was bringing her up. I let her watch videos of his daughter when she was her exact age, and this was, I want to say, last year. Is it in between when I was 25, 26, 27 now as of June? Basically, I was we watched the Uvalde massacre where the children were in there and they basically, you know, the law, the LEs as I call them, the LEs took, I set a timer. I set a timer. We watched the full video. We went and did other stuff, but I was like, this is how long they sat here. And I was talking and teaching in the meantime, you know, as it was still playing. And I was talking and teaching about other stuff. We were talking about, you know, um, real estate and stuff like that, and differences between a house and an apartment, you know, ownership and not owning, you know, things like that. All within what Derek Grace teaches, you know, within his curriculum. And so I'm it gets past the time where they finally decide to make a move or something like that. And the timer went off and she was like, oh my gosh. She's like, Daddy, the timer just went off. I said, all right, now you see how long we just did. We was just doing all types of stuff and whatnot. We went over lots of things within that amount of time. That's how long it took them to decide I'm gonna go help these kids. After that, she was talking about she would like to be homeschooled. I kid you not. She said she would like to be homeschooled. You feel me? So it's like, bro, I be trying to tell folks like, bro, like we've been on the same stuff. Like, and it was crazy. In the video, I'm just going basically, I'm just kind of regurgitating slightly from memory from what I was saying last night in the video, in the muted video. But pretty much it's like, you know, me, it's crazy because Derek, he was speaking about this type of stuff back around my age, you know, and or maybe a little younger, but around my age, around this time. And it's like it's crazy because it's like I was on the similar stuff before I even like came across him. But in my mind, I was looking for other individuals on my type of timing, you know, seeking them out. That is a part of the spiritual nature that we speak about when the things are spiritual and stuff like that. Yes, I am using myself, but there's just more, it's just more than just me. Okay, I have sales, and I was talking about this in the video as well. Sales, you have sales, but you have a dualistic nature within all things. All things are anything that you want to name. You want to talk about the bed, bad bed, good bed. You want to talk about the light, bad light, good light. You want to talk about speeches, bad speech, good speech, you know, depending on the perspective of judgment. And when I spoke about the seed, I used the seed analogy. I kept using the seed analogy. I was like, this is the seed, right? Then I grabbed this stick and then I put it in there with the split. This is the sign of duality, okay? All right. You can see that, you know, we got this right here. I probably could put up a blind or something, but I like the light coming in through here. You feel me? So we'll bring it over here this way. This is life right here. This is duality right here. Now, some of you may know it in this manner. Let me see if I can put it like this. Some of you may know it in this manner as the yin and yang symbol, okay? Where it has the split, you know, the swivel split down the middle, right? You may know that as yin and yang. That's the dualism. It's duality right there. Light, dark, bad, good, differences. So I said this is the container, right? Now I use this analogy for the seed because I said we're gonna use this stick leveling as you know, a level of a playing field instead of just using this as the seed. But I said we can use earth. Our earth is the seed, okay? It's like a seed in a way. It's like the embodiment of a seed. So we have the soil, which is beneath, but we have this on top would be considered the flooring. Obviously, above that would be considered air, the airway. Okay. So within this, you have what we call down, what we consider down, and what we consider up, right? This is the floor. Seeds drop down into the soil. So now we're going to go into the seed analogy. Just seed. Don't think about the earth. The seed. A seed gets germinated, right? When the seed gets germinated, the root, you have roots and shoots. Root, shoot. The root comes out once the seed gets moisturized and all of that whatnot, and it goes through the germination process. It goes downward, down. It moves this way. Okay, it moves this way into the soil. The shoot then comes out, and we start to call them seedlings, and then that then moves what we consider up out of the soil, breaking the surface, and now reaching the airway. Okay, seed is going into two directions. That is duality. So when it's like you speak about your gods, anything you speak of, if you say God, there's a duality within the God. If you say Lord, there's a duality within the Lord. It's all in one. All this is all right here. All is duality. So when people try to break up things, you're making an issue because you are trying to break up a split that's already split. You're trying to split the splits. You know, it's already a siding. Once it got chopped, it's sided now. You feel me? Y'all are doing extra. So also what I was speaking about, I was like, we have sayings, we have concepts. You have override. Okay. The only other thing over than other than over would be what? Under or the little basic surface level. It's either gonna be basic surface level. You feel me? Or under. Now, I broke this down. I grabbed the dictionary. If you watch the video, you'll see me do all of this. I grabbed the dictionary just because I was like, I don't really want to look nothing up right there like that. I be getting tired of that. I'm not trying. I'm actually working on correcting my vision. I've been doing that since I lost my glasses since my baby was born. Literally lost them when she was born. Crazy. I was at work and then we got fired. Crazy. It's a crazy story. But homogeneous. Okay? Homogeneous is what is duality. A seed is homogeneous. It's homogeneous. Okay? Or homogenesis. Okay? Or genus, as we should just say. HOMOGENEOUS. I believe so. Yes, homogeneous. The definition of homogeneous, the two definitions of homogeneous. Number one, similar. Number two, made up of similar parts. Now, in the video, you'll see me basically pointing around, going like this, and that in different areas. So, joints in the body, the joints are of togetherness. Okay? It's in connection. And it's in one whole spot. This is a whole body. So I broke down homogeneous, whole, and joint. Okay? Whole as in WHOLE, wholeness, like wholeness, oneness, totality. It's all in one body. My arm is not way over there. My leg's not way over there. It's right here in one sitting. It's in one spot. So what I was bringing this from is when I was like, people like know things, but they don't know things. And just as well as they don't know things, they do know things. I say it's either way, either way. And sometimes I use it in this setting. I'll go either way, either way, either way, either way. Or sometimes I'll just use it in the two setting and I'll just say either way, either way. Okay? Because it's actually like this. So if I say humbly noble, nobly humble, it's two different things. They have two different ending results. You're still performing those actions, but you're performing them in different settings, in different ways, and they're going to give you different results. They have different impacts. Okay? So, when you speak about parenting, there's duality within parenting. When you speak about having children, there's a duality within having children. Men have children. Okay? Similar parts, homogeneous. Once again, we are homogeneous. We are the seeds. Homogeneous. Similar parts. We both have children, but we have them in different ways. We are similarly different or differently similar. Either way, either way. Facts do not care for your opinions. Only opinions care for opinions. Facts are fact-based, and that is not an opinion. A man to a woman, that is homogeneous. Because, or like I say with the biblical people, and I brought up Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe was a man that I came across a few days back when I was asleep. I woke up around like 3:30 in the morning. That TV was on. It was like, "Are you still watching?" When they ask watching. And I decided to play the video. He's basically breaking down stuff in the way that I be breaking stuff down, but people act like I'm crazy. But it's crazy to see that as a pastor actually breaking this stuff down in these types of ways. So I like the way that he was breaking it down, you know. So he was breaking down like how the man came about and how the woman came about. I'm like, yes, I see them theories. I thought about those theories as well, because I say life is dualistic anyways. So I say it went down multiple ways, but it began to have something that is more consistent. That's why we have concepts. Once again, you have consistency and you have inconsistency. Okay. You have the consistent and you have that is not consistent. The not consistent. It's simple. We have simplistic and then we have complex. Okay, simplicity and complexity. People that make shit complex think shit is so simple. They make the simple shit complex and the complex shit simple. People, we do different things. The way that we break stuff down like this, just like how I break down homogeneous and things like that, and I'm always speaking about duality. Someone will take that information and you act like that is so complex. Bro, it's not complex. It's very simple. We just literally broke it down for you. Y'all are making it difficult. High levels of difficulty. You're making it extremely difficult for yourself to even comprehend what's going on. I was like, you can use duality. You can use duality within all things. So, for instance, Cole, like, I'm not even speaking about the duality piece. I am right now, but you see how our mind works? Our mind goes like this. You feel me? So when I was speaking about like Cole, you got people. When I was saying people know things but don't know things, parenting, right? You have parents out here who will say, and or just randoms, but you have parents specifically that will say things like co-parenting. They're co-parenting, but they don't live in the same house. They're not with each other. You know, they're not dealing with each other. But you're co-parenting. Is Walmart and Hy-Vee co-workers? The workers there? Are the employees there co-workers? Target employees, Walmart employees, called a glitch. Are those employers? Are those employers co-workers at those different establishments? They are in the grocery industry, you know, whatever you want to consider that. Yeah, they have that. That's where they are in the same house. But then there's separation within what is selected already. Because what is selected is therefore, in a way, you're picking, you're siding. So whether you want to select this way or you select that way, if you decide to select whichever side you want to say is bad, whichever side you want to say is good. That's why I say either way, either way, either way, either way. Whichever side you want to pick, bro. Come on, cause like I'll be like, bro, use your brain, cause like use your brain. Six, you're not using your brain. Y'all don't be using your brain whatsoever, you know. And if you do, you use it for stupidity, you know, versus for smarts, you know. Cause motherfucker, I'll be like, nah, they thought about that. People like they didn't think that through. Nah, they thought it through, all right. I'll be looking like, nah, they thought it through. They thought it through, nigga. They thought it through. Oh, bro, you thought it through. They thought that shit through. It just wasn't a smart idea. It's not bright. This shit was dim and dark and just cold and shitty. Okay? It's a different nature. They thought it through. It's okay though. Because both sides, if you're utilizing them correctly, because there is a third, a such as correct and incorrect. But many of you fail to realize that because you like to base things off of opinions instead of facts, you are not factual based. I ask source or the so-called gods. I ask them to grant me with the skills and the ability to be able to take in messages and to deliver them righteously, truthfully, to bring in truth, no matter how any individual feels about the messages being delivered to them from I did that around 2018. 2019 is where I had my change. And then that's where I kind of got like this, but less enhanced. I am more enhanced now because it's 2024. It's been some time. Time doesn't exist. Yes, just where the times does not exist, time does exist. And just where the time does exist, it does not exist in certain senses. In certain areas. In IAT, the levels of the dropped critically because they came to the mentality of what is that? We don't know what that. They knew what it was, but then they removed it from their system. From the system, removed it, and they're like, nope, it's not, nope, doesn't exist. And then the numbers fell, and the people were acting as if it does not exist. They were performing as if it does not exist, as in remove that, because it is of mind anyways. It was a mind thing anyways. I know that, but we're not going to get too deep into it right now. But just know, seed energy, okay? Everything is seeded, okay? It has seed energy. It has homogeneous energy to it. Similar. Isn't the dark still light? Isn't it a form of light? If you want to consider light something that exists. Because we know it takes energy to provide heat and all things like that in that nature. And a reduction of heat creates an environment of dryness and or lessening the energy, taking away from, indicating both things are still there and are in existence. The fake and the real both exist. Then, if you say it's fake, what is fake? What's fake? And what's real? You say everything's real. What's real? Roundly flat. Roundly flat. Flatly round. Pick a side. But it is not just one sided, it is oneness. That's why it's dual. Dual. Dualistic. Plural. Miles Monroe said, I'm paraphrasing right now and I'm just thinking, but he said something on the lines of basically like life or women or the man or one of the two, something like that, or the God, something. He said it's plural. I've always said life is plural, you know? That's why we have the S's added to things. It's plural. Within our English language, this is why I was saying you have to know how to utilize these terms, these definitions, these words, because our language, this language specifically, is of, you see how my head moving? That's how it is. Versus some other languages are just like this. Or just like this. Or just like this. So it's like you have to know how to utilize this. And once again, this is why we are considered the top dogs. Us, i.e., being the Aboriginal, indigenous, the AIs. We are the AIs. Us. Because it's not just us. You have to go here. This is an identifier. That's why many people cut them, because it's an identifier. And there's many things that we can do with it when you have the intent and you are utilizing it right. If you just utilize it for looks, you lack many things because you are programming your system to operate in a certain way. There's children who have just locks and stuff but they got locks because of their people that decided to put them in their heads. Doesn't mean they're smart. A lot of people are retarded. You have to know why you are utilizing certain things. Now, if someone told them, this is why we're doing this, and this is why, and then they indoctrinated that, and then they bred that and washed it into their system, and then the child is now analyzing that energy and like, okay, and then they start to see things and believe now their system is operating like that, and now it's going to do certain things, versus the ones who just have it just for looks. I'm just going to get this because it looks. Oh, everybody else is doing, so I might as well do it too. No, you're following, and you don't even know what you're following. That's a problem. That means you are problematic, because then you look like these individuals, but you don't operate like these individuals. You're problematic. And in a way, I consider that infiltration, if you ask me. And I I sought out from the gods. Hey, we gotta weave out any infiltration. Weed it out. All infiltration. Remove it. Allow me to detect it, and or just keep us away from it and keep them away from the circle. Keep us away from each other. The only time enemies are supposed to be near each other is within battle. That's the only time we're supposed to be within proximity. I got an eye on you. I can see you. That is the only time. Other than that, no. So I believe that the term um, "keep your friends close, but your enemies closer" is fucking retarded. That is stupidity. That's like, bro, the utmost stupidity. Bro, that shit is retarded. That's remedial. Anyone abiding by that is remedial. So therefore, that means you shall correct yourself, because you have a belief and you are practicing something that is very detrimental to your system and your whole group. That is detrimental. That's retarded. It should be keep your friends closest than your enemies close. The only time you should use that analogy is when, once again, the only time you should use that phrase is within battle. Yes. I got you. I got a sight on the target. I have a sight on the target. Eyes on the target. Spotted the target. We can see the target. That's the only time the enemy shall be close. Like that. Closest. That's the only time. Not overall. That's retarded. That's dangerous. Wrongfully dangerous. Not rightfully dangerous. That is wrongfully dangerous for your party. For your party, that's wrongfully dangerous. You're stupid if you believe that and you abide by that and you'll continue to do so. So instead, for your grouping, it shall be keep your allies closest and your enemies fur. It shall be far away. You shall have the peace and the energy to be able to train and do things. Then, when it's time for battle, you can come to a meet. Not in battle. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Stop playing. You're not in battle. You're not in battle at the time. War is active, but there's called things that we call training. So within training, that means you have time away from battle. You're not going at it. That's why you got practice. You're not going at it in the exact moment. And I'm like, it's sad that, so he's basically breaking down stuff. They're saying stuff like, like the family Bible, and you should have a negotiator and these things. People should have ranks, you feel me? And duties, positions. You should have positions. It's a team. You shall. I've been saying that. So I was like me, Q, and J, John, Q, and those are my main three that we have slightly on board with this stuff that we are building, because I'm like, we have to start somewhere. Then the family members and everybody else that's acting so oblivious to this stuff or just so pussy, they could come along then. Because my brother shouldn't have had to die in order for these people to act, and get on the mentality that I'm here at, right there at this point. That's sad. It's like y'all are not taking this stuff serious. We can still go make music and be cool and get it, but then there's battle time. If you don't demolish these things, They're gonna make a very deep problem for you that you don't want to be in. So we have to settle things. Yeah, I gotta let that shit settle now. It's doing too much, causing too many problems. We have to solve this issue, solve this problem, become solvent. You feel me? So yeah, I don't know, bro. That's why I'm like, bro, I'm not about to keep playing, bro. I'm not about to keep playing with y'all, bro. Like we have to do this. It's simple. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. Like you have to do things that you don't like. Is what I told my daughter. And you have to. You have no choice. When you got the little bruises and all of that, was daddy there? No. Was mommy there? No. Was your tias there? No. Was your tios there? No. Was any of your cousins that don't go there, were they there? No. Exact. Was Grammy there? No. Was your grandma's there? No. Was your grandpa there? No. None of us was there, right? So this is why I am teaching you this, because you have to fend for yourself regardless. If you are with us, that is a different story. We have the time to react and all types of things like that. If we are not with you, you can only do it. So she started to take this stuff serious and started to, I guess she wanted to begin and to learn how to fight better, because I train periodically, and she gets to see the fun side of me, or the secret side of me. She does. So she can see that when we perform things like calisthenics, when you lifting your own body weight and stuff like that. Well, and then she's trying to ask me, sir, well, Dad, can you do this? Yes, I can do that. It's like, yes, I can. Now, some men and people cannot, but they're just different and they don't do what I do. I always looked at life like, no, like this, you gotta fight, And I'm smaller, so people always wanna act like they wanna play games. So it's like, nah, you have to fight, bro. And I was like, you have to fight anyways. I'm just speaking now in general now to you all. You have to fight in general. Your cells are literally fighting. You catch your sickness, a cold, it's fighting to get it up out of you so it can get away from them. You know, they're living just as well as you're living. They're allowing you and helping you live. So it's like you doing them a disservice by feeding them guck and bullshit. That's gonna do you a disservice, and then because you're doing them a disservice, you're treating the nanos, not the micros. This is micro energy that's in the macro. Okay, you see me in the macro. This is micro hair and stuff like that. Little ants, bees, small insects that you can see with the eye. That's micro energy. Nanos you cannot see. A cellular level sight you cannot see. Okay, except for certain people that have a heightened sense and can see things, and they are able to tell you what all this is without them using this little machine. When you'll be like, well, where's your proof? So they had to make a whole bunch of stuff for you. And then I was saying we have feelers, okay? We have feelers. So when some of the children will try to tell you certain things, like something that you will have like a son or something, right? And he'll tell you something like that your grandpa that died before he was born used to say to you or tell you. And you'll be like, My grandpa so-and-so used to just tell me that and this, and that. How does he know that? We have fillers, then we have readers, okay? But this is secondary. This is primary. So it's like we have to put things into other ways of delivering, because it's like, bro, how can we get this over to him? Because the person that has that high level of sensitivity that can be like, oh, the tree just did this and then it was doing that. You be like, man, what the fuck are you talking about, man? What the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is she talking about? it's difficult for them to try to get you to see what they see because they are just gifted enough to be able to actually attract that and have that ability within them, you know. So they withhold that type of knowledge and stuff. So now they are able to deliver that knowledge, therefore providing themselves with wisdom, and you now with the new knowledge and with the knowing instead of the guessing or unknowing. You know, guessing is middling, unknowing under, knowing over. Simple. So now that I'm thinking about that, when people start overthinking, just got to start looking at it in a dualistic nature. And let me give you an example, like I did in the video, about facts and opinions. Since I'm just brainstorming and I'm just popping off at the mouth right now. Let's start on opinions. These are opinions. This color is ugly. Nobody likes this color. This color is pretty pretty. Everybody likes this color. Opinion. Now let's talk about facts. I'm gonna give you two facts. This color is ugly to me. This color is pretty to me. Fact number two. Somebody likes and dislikes this color, and somebody likes and dislikes this color. Most people are running off of opinionated point of views, bro. And that's how they're deciding to do things. I just grasped the reality of what duality was, and I just started applying it to my day-to-day situation, because I'm like, it's in everything, bro. It comes back down to every little situation. Every little situation you're in, there's a dualistic nature to it. It's dualistic nature inside of it. It's like you have to learn how to go about it. But until you get that, you're going to be basically at the starting point. And most of us start out terrible. What is a seed to a plant? It's nothing really. It withholds something. Now, the shoot is a part of that, what we deem and looked at as the plant, the flowering. But that's all within the seed. The seed's still something, but nothing is still something. Nothing is still something. That something is nothing. So even though, what did I get? Once again, what did I say? What's fake then? But it's still all in existence, right? The seed still exists, right? Right. The flowering still exists, right? Even though it hasn't germinated from without of the seed yet, but if it's just in seed form, still there, right? Still something there. It just hasn't germinated. The root is still there. Seed just hasn't germinated. You feel me? So that's all that I wanted to speak about today. You know, just wanted to go back over that so I could, you know, I didn't like how that the video was mute, bro. That threw me off big time. But yeah. Peace and love to all mean the majority. My name is Andre Rashad, and you take care.